Hey everybody, hunter, fisher, trapper, trader, guide, scout, and interpreter, and country cook. Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee with another recipe for you today. Years ago when I used to tour up and down the road, every beer and nightclub we used to go in, they always had these neat goodies behind the bar, whether it was pickled eggs or red hot sausages or pickled chicken gizzards, stuff like that. Well, I was over at John A's here in Nashville and I was talking with one of the waiters over there. Great guy. And we were talking about different recipes. He said, I got one for you. He said, you like to have unique snacks when you're sitting around watching a football game? I said, sounds good to me. He said, try chicken gizzards and then we'll put chicken gravy on them, season it up, and put it in a slow cooker for about 6 to 8 hours and they will melt in your mouth. So that's the recipe we're doing today. What I got here, I got a couple of packages of chicken gizzards. I think there's a few hearts in there too. A lot of the packages say chicken gizzards and hearts, and I love the hearts anyway. And I got 3 containers of gravy. I actually got, by mistake, chicken gravy, and turkey gravy. But it's all in the turkey family, or chicken family anyway, and the fowl family, so that's what I went with. And I also got a little container of mushrooms I'm going to throw in there, and some onions, and then some seasoning, just to kind of give it some goodies to be nibbling on instead of just all chicken gizzards. So let's get started. Alright, we got our chicken gizzards here, and we're just simply going to pour in this gravy. This stuff is very inexpensive, about 75 cents a can or bottle here. And we just want to cover this up good. 2 might be enough. Let me check this out. Of course, it's going to be in the slow cooker for a long time, so I do want to make sure that it's covered. I'll just go ahead and use the last container. And in addition to this, I love onions, so I chopped them kind of big because I didn't want them real small, for that way you could spear them with a toothpick. We'll throw in a big onion, and I've got a container of mushrooms. Now you can use fresh, but for this recipe, I just bought whatever they had in the store. I'm going to stir this all up. And then I'm going to add some seasoning that my father seasoned everything with it. I don't care if it was a roast beef or if it was a turkey out on the grill. In this little container here, I have salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Now, not garlic salt and onion salt, because that's too salty. Make sure you use the powders. Salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder in equal amounts. You stir that together and you can just about season anything. You can add paprika to it for color on certain recipes, but what we're going to do is we're going to season this up pretty good. Because remember, it's got to get clear to the bottom of the bowl. So I'd say that looks pretty good. We'll get this all stirred in here. And we're going to pour this into our handy dandy little slow cooker over here. Hope this gets in the shot. I'm going to check the camera, make sure it does. Alright, I'm glad I checked the camera, made a little adjustment, raised it up a little bit. And we're just going to pour our chicken gizzards and a few hearts, some onions, some mushrooms, and that chicken gravy. Even one turkey gravy snuck in there by accident. Ooh, this looks great. Take a look at that. Does that look awesome or what? Alright, we're going to put this on high for about 30 minutes to kind of get it going. Or you can actually just turn it on high until you see it kind of bubbling in there. Then turn it down on low. And I'm telling you, 6 to 8 hours, depending upon how tender you want it. But after 6 hours, give it a check. If not, run it up to 8. But just let it take its time, low and slow. And I'll tell you, we're going to cook this right now, and then in about 6 to 8 hours, we'll show you the final result. See you in about, I usually say see you in a minute, but I'll see you in about 6 to 8 hours. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to our gizzards in the slow cooker recipe. Now, it hasn't been 6 or 8 hours, it's only been 5. Now, I turned it on high for about an hour, and then I turned it on low for the other 4 hours, and I'm telling you, it just got as tender as could be. Now, everybody's slow cooker might be a little different, so just kind of keep cooking it until yours turn out delicious. And these are exactly that. Let's go ahead and plate some of these up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, let's just see how tender these little rascals are. Let's put one over here. What's the old term? Can you cut it with a fork? Man, can you cut it with a fork? Now, gizzards have like a meaty chunk on each end and it's kind of gristle in the middle. Even the gristles just melts in your mouth. Would you look at that? Now, you're probably wondering what this toast is doing here. My Uncle Bob, every time I come up with a great recipe like that, he said, man, how about if you prop it up on some noodles or even put it over toast? Man, oh man. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of these chicken gizzards over toast. Now we need the gravy. And if you really want to, you could add a can of cream of mushroom soup to all of this. Change the color and the flavor profile and everything. Is that absolutely outstanding? And again, you can just cut these with a fork. You talk about delicious. Just little bite-sized pieces that'll pop right in your mouth. This stuff is fantastic. Now, I know you could probably hear me smacking in my microphone, but I had to give it a try. This stuff is so tender, melt in your mouth, delicious. Now, you can have it as a soup, or you can pour it over toast, or you can take some toothpicks and spear all them little gizzards and put them on a plate. Either way, they just melt in your mouth. Is it the most delicious little gizzard goodie you'll ever have? If it ain't, it ought to be. This is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee, saying I hope you check out our recipes on our channel here at Cookin' with Shotgun Red. Share them with your friends. Hit the subscribe button. It's right there. And you'll be the first to know when we come out with another one of these little recipes. I want to thank my buddy over at John A's for this, because this is melt in your mouth good. See you next time.